Hey everybody, hope you're doing well and welcome to a Battlegrounds associated video. Now, one thing that I don't tend to do is do a kind of like video about like how my Battlegrounds experience has been going thus far and kind of like showcase any matches. Obviously, at the moment, it's difficult to find some time to live stream. Something I do want to sort out, but since kind of like, you know, working through the day for one company on a job and then doing this as a thing in the evening, it's just trying to find the right time. But one thing that I can like comfortably say is I am finding time for Battlegrounds. This season, Season 9, I wanted to put more effort into this than I've ever done, which you know, I'm happy to report I have done. In particular, getting up, and this is, whilst I'm recording this, which is Thursday, I have got myself to my final milestone, which is something that I haven't done in a lot of other seasons. I haven't put as much effort or work into, or kind of thought and given a damn, because a lot of the time I haven't really given a damn with it. So I'm really happy to hit that 400k mark, and I'm feeling, you know, in a good place. I've enjoyed my grind so far with Battlegrounds, but there has come a point where I got a little bit bored. I also got a little bit frustrated and annoyed with myself. So I've come off of a, and based on my my notes for this particular video. So one thing is I've had like a good kind of run of success. I've had a good run of success going into it. I got a loss there, which again, down to like silliness. And also a loss here, which I'm a bit kind of questioned as to like what happened here with it. Part of me wants to kind of go like, oh, this person's a little bit sus, possibly. But then in other cases, maybe not. There's some weird stuff that went on with this particular match. Some silly mistakes by me, mainly with like champion choices. And it's something where it happens from time to time. You know, you can have a run of, you know, good successes and W's and feeling very positive and happy about yourself, and then there'll come like a few rounds where you're just like, look, dude, what were you thinking? And that's the thing. Sometimes you got to like say to yourself, you know, get it together. Losing this way was kind of bad because I just didn't choose right and I didn't play well, and this is a point where I then stopped playing for a little while. So you can see like there's a gap there. So like I was at great activity, and then all of a sudden I just went to myself, do you know what? Like this loss kind of like made me kind of go, I think you need to take a little bit of a break away. And I think that's one thing as well. I went more ham on this. So when I got time, my lunch breaks, I was doing Battlegrounds, and that can become a bit much when it's like every day. It's like, what are you doing for your lunch break? Going out for a walk, going out for a run, exercising? No, I'm playing Battlegrounds, and that's something I definitely don't want to get like too much in the habit of doing. But yeah, like it's then reprioritizing and getting, okay, let's get back on horse, let's kind of like get some W's and stuff like that. So at the point of recording this video, I'm in Uru. I don't know, by the time I release this, I could be further in, but I have reached a point where I'm just like, oh man, it's just the grind of it. As much as I do like Battlegrounds, it is a case, the problem is the grind with it and time investment. The more that I've invested into doing Battlegrounds, the less I've done Arena. The less I've done Arena, the more units I don't have. But this has become a point of, look, you need to push. I need to push, and I will push further because I want to do what my alliance is doing. My alliance is pushing very hard to do this, and I'm sure a lot of you out there, your alliance is pushing hard as well. But this is my first month. I want to say first month in the alliance, and I kind of want to do. I want to do more. I want to be as helpful as possible, and I've still got the means to add in some more elder marks, which I am going to do. How much have I got? I've got 5,000 elder marks as I've gone through. Man, I've massively ramped up stuff. Trophy tokens wise, I've probably spent about close to 100,000 trophy tokens in a very short space of time on stuff, which again has been brilliant. I completely forgot, we've got a 6-star featured coming very soon, so my plan will be to kind of like add some more into that and hopefully do 10, maybe more when it comes to the 6-star feature when it drops in 22 days. Not 22 days, 32 days. That's kind of like, that's what's happening there, 32 days. So that's what I'm kind of like, I'm looking to kind of prioritize with my shards and kind of buying into them here and there. But yeah, this season has been, yeah, it's been enjoyable. But I've got to be kind of like conscious about burnout. And I am feeling a little bit burnt out by doing Battlegrounds all the time. That's the problem, isn't it? You could either burn out from doing questing, which is the thing. As soon as we're done with the season, I jump back into Act 8.2 because, as I said, any available time I've been allocating is being taken away from stuff like Thronebreaker difficulty. Haven't done it. Act 8.2, I was having a motoring with it, and then I just kind of like flat stopped because I was like, do you know what? Any available time you have, Richard, and I'm same for you watching this video, is prioritizing the Battlegrounds Season 9 because of the rewards that you get back within the milestones. And that has been, as I said, the most kind of like crucial thing is get those milestones done. Get it sorted. Get it kind of like, get it together because, you know, it's been the 6-star shards, the 6-star nexus, the stuff within the alliance side of things. You know, the 6-star nexus is there, the 7-star shards, which again, very important. People want to get the 7-star shards. I'm close to my next 7-star, so of course, as a non-spending player, I want to target that particular element. And from like what we've picked up as an alliance, there's been so many fantastic things about it. The further you get down, because of course you've got the less rarer things. I want Kabam to put these as a permanent thing within the Battlegrounds milestones. I think these are fantastic. It definitely encourages a lot more people to do it. And maybe that's something that may kind of like shift the balance of going, as a non-spending player, if there is things like 2 tier 3 alphas, 2 tier 6 basics, some tier 6 class catalyst, 10% times 2, and then another one, so that's, what's that, like, what, 50% worth, and then 2 selectors worth 50% worth. That's fantastic. This is what I'd love to see within Battlegrounds as standard for players to pick up. And I hope that as an alliance we get a good rank. We've certainly worked hard for it, so we definitely deserve it. But then it comes to a point of like a solo push, and I should be looking to push myself further with my solo. And maybe that's something I will do close to the bitter end of this particular event. To kind of get like a better solo, but at the end of the day I need to make this conscious decision of going, look, by me grinding much like more in Battlegrounds, win, lose, draw, well not draw, but win or lose, like what extra benefit am I actually going to get? Is it going to be something that by the end of it I'm going to see myself getting a better solo? Quite possibly not. From the solo aspect side of things, is that do I see myself getting the top 250? No. Do I see myself getting into the 5,000 to 10,000th player in slight possibility? 10,000 to 25,000 highly likely. So yeah, I just have to make that decision, like, is it actually worth that kind of extra grind? And I might put in an extra 100k possibly, but again, it's just like you have to make sure that you're not burning out. And I feel I am coming to the point where I'm not playing as well as I did at a victory track, and I need to kind of think a bit more with that. The meta is an interesting one as we've got into this, fortnightly of Gladiator Circuit, with it being about sharpened claws, personal space. Not a massive fan of this, to be honest, but yeah, that was a bit of an eye-opener as soon as I went from Victory Track to Gladiator Circuit, and I was like, play better, Rich. That's what you got to do. So look, some interesting things out of it is like some champions that I've banned. I'm not. Is it worth revealing? Like, because if anybody faces me, like, oh, he's going to ban that, of course. Korg. That's a definite ban. I'm gonna have to ban Korgs, and I would say like I'm looking to get my Korg up further. Bishop and Domino, people seem to be using those a bit too much with the defensive side of things. I've had some good kind of like luck so far with Human Torch as like a defensive option, Nimrod as well as a defensive option, Doctor Doom is defensive, and Viv Vision. So those kind of have been quite interesting. But as I said, like bleed immune seems to be the key for this particular, like the interactions, like champions that benefit from, let's see, I think Suicide Mastery is actually quite helpful. Suicide Mastery and double immunity, but also champions that are, if they've got a debuff on them, or they've got a damaging debuff, or kind of bleed, for example, with sharpened claws, that they benefit from some extra kind of like damage stuff. So Colossus, I think if Colossus gets a bleed effect on me, triggers an armor up buff. I could be wrong with that. Or it could be a synergy that he gets. But I'm sure there are champions out there that do that. They trigger off something if they get a certain damaging debuff on them. It kind of like charges them up, so to speak. Either way, yeah, it's been fun kind of getting into to Uru. I must admit, as I said, it just comes to a point of like the boring, laborious grind now in order to get further with the Battlegrounds. I've probably, in this video, I've probably put some footage of me kind of like winning stuff, probably some of the stuff from the most recent wins. And I'll probably earmark some time to, yeah, do a few more. But I've got a really busy weekend of stuff that's got to be done. So I'm trying not to grind so much there. And then next week, maybe a little bit more of a push. But I need to get back doing Arena and Act 8.2. Because before we know it, next month, it will probably be Act 8.3 or the month after. And I need to start getting ready for that. I really do. Because it's just getting a bit too, it's getting a bit too much. There's a lot to do in game. It's quite funny when a lot of people say like, no, the game's dying because there's nothing to do. Really? You #1 in Battlegrounds? I don't think so. Are you done with incursions? No, you have not. Are you done with a load of arena grinding? Get you loads of units? No. Have you done all of the Act 8.2 and up to date with Act stuff? Possibly. Always find it quite funny when people say that. But in any case, that has been a video. How has your progression in Battlegrounds been this season? Put it in the comment section down below. Have a lovely day, whatever you're doing. Check out some other content located on screen. I'll see you all soon. Much love and goodbye for now.